The Raxiom Smoked Tail Lights that we have here are currently one of the most popular options on the site for the 05 to 09 Mustang owners who are looking to keep things simple in regards to basic design, but go with the appeal of that dark smoke lens. Now, the lights will be sold in sets of 2 and are built to factory specs using OE quality materials and can be had for right around the $170 to $180 price point. Install is going to be extremely painless as the lights themselves are a direct swap, so expect a very soft 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter here, according to the site that is, and a couple of hours at the very most to get this thing banged out from start to finish. But if you guys hang with me for a little bit, we'll show you how it's done later in the video. So, as I like to say, smoked lights and Mustangs tend to go together like peanut butter and jelly. It's just a timeless look and one that pretty much works on every single gen out there. So with that in mind, it's really not a big mystery as to why most of your aftermarket options will incorporate some sort of smoked light design, whether it be the mild options like we have here, or maybe something a little bit more crazy like the Gen 5s and other wild aftermarket options. So we know the Raxioms here will obviously utilize that smoked ruby lens along with sticking to the OE architecture in regards to design, meaning they look exactly like your factory lights with the exception of that smoke lens. Now, if you wanted to go with something smoked but maybe add something a little bit different visually, well, you can always check out or consider a set of the Raxiom Smoked Coyote style lights, which you can also find here on the site for a very similar price point. As far as your materials and fitment go, well, since these lights have been built to the factory specs, you can expect a great fit and finish once everything's been installed, meaning no awkward gaps or anything out of the ordinary. Your housing here will be a black ABS plastic, while the lens themselves will feature that dark red composite material that is still going to allow for a good bit of light to shine through despite the smoked appearance, especially when you compare them to other aftermarket options out there like these smoked tail light covers, for instance, that you'll also find here on the site. Now, if you're still concerned about that total light output, you could always upgrade those factory incandescent bulbs to an LED option, which is certainly going to shine a little bit brighter at the end of the day. Now, on that same topic, these lights will reuse all of your factory bulbs in addition to the wiring, so there's really no need to grab anything extra before the installation. However, if you really wanted to punch things up a little bit here, guys, you could always grab the Raxiom Sequential Tail Light Kit to add that very unique sequential pattern to your brake lights, your turn signals, and of course your hazard lights. But now we want to show you just what it takes to get these guys installed. And again, very simple job here. Only an 11mm socket is what you're really looking at, guys, but don't take my word for it. Here's that detailed walkthrough along with your quick tool breakdown.
The tools used for this install are a 1/4-inch ratchet, 11mm socket, and a clip removal tool. So the first step of this install is going to be to pop the trunk lid open and remove this interior panel to gain access to the tail lights. We're going to do this by removing a screw clip here and a push clip down here, as well as 2 clips here on by the latch. You're going to have a Christmas tree clip right here on this left side and again on the right side, as well as 2 retainer clips here on the top by the latch. Just use a clip tool to pop them up and remove them. With all your clips out of the way, you can remove the panel and gain access to the back of the taillights. Now that you have access to the back of your taillights, you can start by unplugging the plug right here on the back of the You can start by unplugging the plug right here at the back of the trunk, followed by unbolting the 3 bolts that hold the taillight into place. I'm going to use an 11mm socket, and I'm going to unbolt the taillights and remove them from the vehicle. With the stock taillight out of the vehicle and on the bench, you can start transferring over your taillights and your wire harness over to your new assembly. When you transfer these over, you want to make sure that all of the taillight harnesses line up with the same compartments on the new taillight. Now that everything's transferred over into your new taillight assembly, you can reinstall it in the vehicle and repeat this process for the other taillight. Now I can fish my wire harness through the hole in the body, line up my bolt holes, and reuse the factory hardware to hold the taillight in place. Plug it back in. With your new taillight bolted in, you want to test them out before you throw your panel back in, and now you can repeat this process for the other side of the vehicle. And that's going to wrap up this review and install of the Raxiom Smoked Tail Lights for your 05 to 09 Mustang. Thanks for watching, and for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.